The Acolyte is going to go down in history as one of the most embarrassing Disney Star Wars flops of all time. This show was created solely for the very people that they want to cater to, this modern audience that everybody keeps telling them doesn't exist, but they won't listen about that. No, this show was created for them. It had everything wrong with it was put in there, and that is what they were looking to push as something great and something fantastic, and that everybody should love this and all of that. Well, we all know how that turned out. It was an embarrassment after embarrassment after embarrassment. I reviewed every episode. It only kept getting worse and worse. It made no sense. The plot was nonsensical. The story, if you could call that, was crap. The characters were just lazily put in there. That is all this whole thing was. And when it was finally cancelled and was told that there would be no season two, and we all came out and said that, the reason is because nobody watched it. That's the reason. You created this thing for the very people that you believe it should be created for, and they never showed up. They never watched it because these people tend to realize, and this is something that Disney has started to come to a painful realization about. These people live and breathe online, but they support nothing. You thought Twitter, which is now X, was the goalpost everybody should be aiming for. You should run to that, and this tells you exactly what everybody wants. Well, you learned a very, very harsh lesson, and you've been learning it for quite some time. Well, now we get in some confirmation that apparently nobody did watch The Acolyte. Exactly what I and others have been saying. Even though this Disney exec tries to, praise it in a way that doesn't sound as bad as it actually is, it really is. Diving to this article here from Cosmic Book News. Star Wars The Acolyte cancelled because no one watched. Disney exec confirms. Yeah, nobody watched this. I mean, to be honest with you, like I said, I reviewed every episode of The Acolyte. I watched it more than most of the people out there. Doesn't tell you how bad it was, and I hated this crap. Because I literally hated this crap. But again, this is what keeps happening. The other is exactly as I said. Yes, I really did say that. The Acolyte was cancelled because no one watched it. Clearly, Disney couldn't justify spending another exorbitant amount of money on a second season. And the thing about it is that there are people out there who would have been happy for Disney to spend more money on this. But as I've stated before, many times people are only now starting to understand this. Disney is a company. And yes, Disney has gone fully woke. And like I said, they are prepared to die on that woke hill. They may have to sort of pivot here and there. But trust me, the activists are still at that company, and they're going to want to push everything as hard as possible. The problem is that when you start to lose so much money that you cannot justify anything that you're doing, because they have these exorbitant budgets when they spend hundreds of millions of dollars and get nothing back. You get nothing in return. They spent over $200 million for the Acolyte. Not to mention the marketing and PR and all of that. And you most likely didn't even get back half of that money. That's how bad it is. It's known that thanks to the Nielsen ratings with Disney Plus automatically has turned in your accounts that The Acolyte is among the least watched Star Wars show on Disney Plus. To put things into context, The Acolyte was watched by 75% less fans than watched The Mandalorian. And by The Mandalorian, that means like the early seasons of The Mandalorian before they absolutely destroyed that. What was happening. Reportedly, the series cost north of $200 million, and the massive failure has led to Disney cutting back and killing Star Wars content. Well, look, Disney has pretty much ruined Star Wars at this point. There are people who have left and are never coming back. Even if Disney starts to pivot a little bit here and there are those who have left and are never coming back. Because when it was made for the fans, it was made for everybody. Anybody could come in and watch this and actually enjoy it. The minute you decided to start making it for activists who don't like anything and just want to watch everything burn, this is the crap you were getting. So keep losing money then. Oh look, the leader of this space lesbian witches. Now a Disney executive has confirmed it wasn't worth continuing the series. Alan Bergman, who serves as a co-chair of Disney Entertainment, which includes overseeing Disney streaming, recently spoke with Vulture. Hilariously, the writer of the article tries to make it sound as if the Acolyte is a big success. Well, when your entire life is a shill, what else do you expect? However, Bergman's response quickly shuts down that fake narrative. His carefully crafted statement is obvious PR spin to soften the blow. Well, they are not softening that. This is what the Vulture porter said here. Well, interviewer says, staying on the franchise front, let's talk Star Wars. It feels like it's had a bumpier road of late compared to Marvel. Well, again, when you keep crapping in the bed and then saying, yeah, this is your Star Wars for you, enjoy that. What were you expecting? And to say that, it's had a bumpier road of late compared to Marvel, have you read some of what Marvel's putting out? Or look at some of the stuff Marvel putting out? I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine MCU, everybody's going to say, yeah, big success. Cameo-filled movie. That's really the main thing about it. But the MCU isn't any better. Marvel Comics is absolute crap. So, I don't know what you're talking about, but alright. The Acolyte had many strong reviews, really, and did well in the ratings its first week out. That's news to me, but okay. But you ultimately opted against a second season. Why didn't you move forward? Oh, I know the answer. I know the answer. And can you offer any hint as to how Skeleton Crew is doing or its future? Look, I haven't watched Skeleton Crew yet, but it started off, what I understand people say, it started off good first few episodes, and then now it started to border on the whole downward spiral crap that Disney likes to do with everything Star Wars. But let's listen to what Bergman has to say here. So this was his response. So as it relates to Acolyte, we were happy with our performance. No, you won't. No, you won't, Alan. Come on. No, you won't. But it wasn't where we needed it to be given the course structure of that title, quite frankly, and to go and make a season 2. So that's the reason why we didn't do that. Translation, we hoped this is what the people who live and breathe on Twitter and the activists who work in our company tell us they wanted. So we literally gave a woman who has no experience other than being Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant an opportunity to make something so terrible, because we figured that all we needed to do was tell everybody, listen, she's gay. So that means she could make the perfect show possible. And when we saw the numbers, when we saw the feedback, when we realized that even those who we imagined to be this modern audience never showed up to watch it, we got such a turning in our guts that we had to vomit hard at the amount of money we wasted on this crap. And the only thing we could do was to scrap it and run for the hills, because we could not believe the embarrassment we suffered with this. That's the translation to what he said. What Bergman is really saying is the few amount of people that watched the first season didn't justify a season 2, so it's cancelled. Yeah, like I said, that was it. Nobody watched it. Nobody watched. And the thing about it is that After all of that happened, after they after none of these people who claim to love it, who claim to all this thing about it, none of them actually watched it. Because they don't care about the show, they care about the fact that they want to just continue to push the identity politics and all of this nonsense and the SJW crap. That's what they care about. They ran out and decided, let's start a petition. Well, it's been a while. Let's take a look at where that petition is, shall we? Let's see here. Renew the Acolyte petition for change.org. Its signatures are currently 82,327, and the next goal is 150,000. 126 people signed this week. This is as dead as dead could be, because when they started this whole Renew the Acolyte thing, they were getting thousands of signatures like daily. Well, not daily, more like every 2 days or so they were getting a couple thousand signatures. And I rightfully stated there were more people signing this petition than actually watched the Acolyte. But I knew this was going to stall because none of these people actually care about the Acolyte. They care about pushing their identity politics and the modern crap, but they weren't actually going to watch it. That would be a problem. So they came, they signed. Last time I saw this change.org Renew the Acolyte thing, the signatures were about, I think, 53,000 something. So now it's reached 82,000 and it's just stalled. You try to tell me 126 people signed this week. Nobody cares anymore. They only did this whole Renew the Acolyte thing because it was trending. They decided to put it up there, and that was it. But the people never actually watched the thing because they and all don't care. And this is where they keep ending up. Yes, and then we have Amanda Stenberg blames fans for the Acolyte cancellation. Yeah, you didn't make a bad show. You didn't put out crap. No, it's the fans' fault. That's what it is. The fans are to blame for not liking your nonsense. That's it. Recall how the cast of the series blamed fans for the Acolyte getting cancelled. Of course. Amanda Stenberg released a weird rage twerking video where she blasted right-wingers. Yes, that terrible, terrible rage twerking video that haunted our dreams. Let's take a look at it again. Yep, that's gonna cause nightmares tonight. Let's continue on. And following the series getting cancelled, she released a strange and weird selfie video of herself blaming fans, because that is how you always keep your fans. That's how you always respect them, by blaming them for not liking the rubbish that you put out. That makes perfect sense. This is what she had to say. For those who aren't aware, there has been a rampage of vitriol that we have faced since the show was even announced, when it was still just a concept that no one had even seen it. No, people didn't like it because you were out there basically telling people that, the Sith aren't the bad guys, they're just misunderstood, and the Jedi had this whole authority of evil and all of that. They tried that crap in the Acolyte, and no wonder it wasn't renewed. She continued and thanked the fans that didn't like the show for their support, and said the targeted attack wasn't just about disliking the show, but was rooted in deeper, more troubling societal issues. No, people just didn't like the show. You see, I just want to let those people know out there who supported us in that way and supported us vocally, despite and in the face of all of the vitriol that we received, and the kind of the targeted attack, I would say, we received by the alt-right, of course. Just about, you would deeply love and appreciate it, that it made this job all the worthwhile for me. Yes, and then at the end of it, she told them, vote, you all, vote. How did that work out? Who's going to be the next president of the United States again? Hmm? 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 Did somebody just shout Trump? Yeah, I believe so. So yeah, nobody watched the Acolyte. We all knew this. I said this from the beginning. The show was terrible. They made no attempt to make it good, and now we have confirmation that there was no season because nobody watched it. They started this whole renew the Acolyte. Nobody cares anymore because none of these people actually like the show. This modern audience does not exist. And even if one or two of them are actually out there, they have no money to buy anything, to support anything. They live online and they just continue to be some of the most wicked, despicable people out there. But yeah, keep making content for them. Lose more money. That's clearly what you want. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. You have a different opinion. I'd love to hear it. If you like it, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.